We are going to interview Heidi Latcham from CFM. Come and join.
Hello Heidi, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Have you had to overcome a challenge when you were younger, and how did you deal with this?
I grew up in a family that was, maybe not stable, was the best way to describe it. And so for me, I was always kind of in that flight or fight mode. When I then went to live in foster care, but then lived by myself, which was the best thing ever, that was a bit tough because I had to go to school and I had to work after school to support myself. So that was the biggest challenge for me. But I just remember thinking, this is not me, this is just my circumstance, and this is just as what is happening to me at the moment. And if I keep this on and I keep well within myself, then no matter what happens, whatever circumstance that I'm in, if I can stay strong, I can get out of it and create another circumstance or a better life for myself. But I've just got to keep this on and keep this right.
When you were younger, did you ever experience worry and anxiety, and how did you deal with this?
Yeah, heaps. Heaps and heaps and heaps. Because how I grew up just wasn't a calm environment, and it was a little bit scary sometimes, and we didn't have any money, or we were worried about, you know, what we didn't have stuff to eat sometimes, and so it was crazy sometimes. But I remember my mum always meditated, and I would always see her doing meditation. So from a young age she gave me some books, and I remember I started reading those books and I started meditation and that kind of stuff. Sometimes being still and quiet, you get awareness from that, and so that's really helped me the most.
What's it like being famous, and how do you deal with setbacks, and how do you cope with pressure?
I don't really feel like I'm famous as opposed to known because I did the TV show Married at First Sight and because I did do the radio and stuff like that. I feel like people more know my face and recognise, and some people will be like, oh, where do I know your face from? Like, it was a lot more prevalent when Married at First Sight was on, and that was really weird because all of a sudden wherever I went everyone was looking at me. And setbacks, I guess when something happens like a setback for me or something doesn't go my way, I sit, and that's when meditation is so important, because I sit and I ask myself questions, and I'll ask questions like, what's right about this that I'm not getting, or what else is possible, because I think there's always other ways and other possibilities out there. And I'd never say, stop, take no for an answer. Just keep asking, no matter where you come from, no matter who you are, no matter what's happening in your life. If you want something to occur in your life, or you want to be someone, or you want to do something, I think you can. And it's not whether you have the money or where you live or anything like that. I think it's really got to do with this and this. And so if you align that, and if you make sure that you are always listening to your intuition and listen to your heart, no matter what people say that's right or that's the wrong way to go, if you always go with your gut instinct, that will never do you wrong.
So what advice would you provide to a child or younger person about being safe online?
I'd say just be careful, just be cautious. Again, listen to your instincts and listen to your inner guidance, because then you'll get older and you'll start to date and you'll meet people, and you meet people different ways now with Instagram and online dating. Everything's done that way, and people can screenshot conversations and people can screenshot photos and stuff like that. You might think you can trust that person, but remember, it's out there on the internet forever, and it's always going to be. Don't ever be pressured to be like, I've got to be like those kids, or I've got to be like the cool people and do this and everyone's doing that, because they're not. And they might just be talking about it, but whatever goes out there on the internet, even if it's just a text message, it's out there forever. So just be very careful what you put out there.
If you could go back in time, when you were 13, what advice would you give yourself?
To really work on the stuff that you enjoy, to think about what you like. Like if you're really good at art at school, do that. If you're really good at maths and you like maths, do that. But have interests, have hobbies. Don't just have, oh, you come home and watch the TV and stuff like that. Like, this is a time to explore, and this is a time for you to think about all the other things, and this is a time for you to play. And even if you're not good at something, just try it out to see if you like it, because this is the best time to do it.